Okay, recording it. Go ahead.
So Hari, I have one question before you guys start. You are placing all the documentation on the Google.
Uh, yeah, welcome everybody.
Yeah, make your screen full size, Mahesh.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
You're able to see the screen, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, welcome everybody for today's session. Why we need to just understand the SAP HCM overview is like in today's market, there is demand for both standalone and also a blend of HCM and also success factors together. Like it's called hybrid implementations, and then there they expect us to know something about HCM and also about success factors. So that is where we need to know something a little bit, at least about HCM as a whole, and that's why we thought of including this to begin with before we progress to success factors. So today's agenda is just about introduction to SAP HCM, and then we'll talk about the hire to retire process in HR, and what are the structures in SAP HCM, what are the modules in SAP HCM, and also the info types, the important info types and transaction codes in SAP HCM, and followed by your questions. This is, as I said, it's a very, very watered down overview of SAP HCM. Like for people who have a lot of experience in SAP HCM, I don't think you will get anything new out of this. So with that in mind, I'll just go forward. So SAP HCM or SAP HR is one of the core modules in SAP. Any organization, if it has to function to its optimum, then it has to take care of its human resources. Like very well-known person like Bill Gates had told in one of his books, like take away all my wealth and also the organization, but let the human resources remain with me. I will build up my organization and also the wealth, whatever I have so far. So that is the power of human resources, and every organization need to take care of its human resources and cannot neglect the human resource aspect in any ways. So because of that, HR becomes a very core module, and every big company which has a sizable presence, maybe across the country, across the world, they need to go in for something like this, or any ERP as such. So SAP presents very good integration. Therefore, most of the companies will implement SAP HR. And now SuccessFactors is coming into the picture, and SAP is promoting SuccessFactors in collaboration with SAP, and it's just a way forward, solution for all the clients. So from 2020 onwards, SAP is proposing for all the people with talent management suite to progress to Employee Central module of success factors. So way forward solution for everybody is to move to success factors. So it's the right time to get into success factors, I think. Moving on, I'm talking about the hire to retire business process here. Everything in HR starts with a vacancy. So when there is a vacancy, we start the recruitment process, and then we advertise internally for the candidates. We try to get candidates internally. If we don't find anybody, then we advertise to the public in various mediums and media, and then try to get the applications, try to screen them, then interview them, select them, and then hire them, and then starts the SAP process of person administration, wherein we hire the person into the company, and then enable them to enroll for benefits, and then to track their time, where they're working, what they're doing, and actually after that we have to pay them as well, and then that's where payroll will come in, and then we have to constantly retain them. If we have to retain them, we have to train them, we have to improve their skill sets, and then that's where personal development will come in. And then we need to constantly keep upgrading their records as and when there are life events like marriage, birth of a child, or divorce, or separation, or whatever. So we need to keep updating their employee records, and then reward them as well for their performance, and then separate or superannuate the employees when they meet that age criteria or any specific conditions, when there is a reorg or something which the company is planning. So then we need to do the separations as well. So this is the entire hire to retire business process, which any company for that matter will have as a whole, but the nomenclature and like flow might differ, and they might like name differently, but on the whole, like this is what any company which has HR like policies will have from end to end. So this is about the hire to retire business process. Now again, hire to retire is just the foundation for any HR enabled company. As I told, that there is that I'm showing there are some like the modules which comes under like hire. Like you do the hiring through SAP recruitment, and you develop using SAP learning and development, or training and development module, or personal development module, and then you reward them with performance management module, and then compensation management module, and you maintain the employee records with employee administration or personal administration module. You pay them through payroll. You manage their time with the time management module. You like form various structures using the org management module, and then you enable them to do their own services through employee self-service module. Then you have reporting as well that flows through SAP BW and business objects, and you have like leave facility which is enabled through employee self-service, and you also take care of their safety and other needs as well. And then you retire them again through personal administration module. So this is again continuation of the hire to retire business process. And then coming to the structures in SAP HCM, this is one of the important things for any organization as such. They need to have enterprise structure, personal structure, and the organizational structure. So like you need to, when you hire a person, you need to hire him to a position, tag him to a org unit and also a job, and you need to assign him to one employee group, employee subgroup, and then to pay him at a specific schedule like monthly or semi-monthly or weekly. You need to tag that employee to a payroll area, and you need to have contract element tagged to that employee, and also tag that employee to a company code, personal area, personal sub area, and also to a cost center to track the costs of the employee. And yeah, this is an important thing which enables the organization to function smoothly. And this is about enterprise structure. This is one of the important thing which the company has to set up before implementing anything. So on top is the topmost org unit, that is the client, which is like topmost business unit, and under that comes the company code, which is an independent legal entity wherein you draw balance sheets and you bring out financial statements like profit and loss statements. And then subdivision of that is the personal area. It could be like a physical location where the company is located, and you use that as like a reference point for your authorization check, your reporting, your time management, and various other stuff. And subdivision of personal area is the personal sub area. Again, that is used for various purposes like for time management, for payroll, for reporting, for authorizations, and things like that. To give an example about a personal personal sub area, like it could be a physical location where the company is based out of, and personal sub area could be the departments where employees are working, and people working in one head office might have a regular 9 to 5 working hours, and they will be grouped in one personal sub area, and they will have one payroll area, which signifies that they will all be paid at one particular time, and they will all have a particular work schedule and also a timing which they will all work, and whereas the other people like who work in factory settings, they will have a rotating shift, and they will have a different personal sub area tagged to them and a different payroll area tagged to them as well. So you differentiate employees like based on that also. So this is another important aspect of enterprise structure. Moving on to another important structure is the personal structure in SAP HCM. Like you have on top the employee group, which is the general classification of employees in the organization, and you have the pensioners and the active employees, and you have the employee subgroup, which is the subdivision of employee group, and it's more specific. You classify them based on the nature of the work, or call them as salary or hourly or weekly, bi-weekly, or weekly and bi-weekly is the payroll area, or monthly or semi-monthly, or whatever, however the contractual agreement you have with your employees, you tag them according to that into a particular payroll area. So moving on, again, that's the same thing. The employee group, you have various employees, division of employee groups into employee subgroups. And the organization structure, again, it's the graphical representation of the org units in your organization. Like various business units, you create a org structure out of your the business units that exist in your enterprise, and multiple org units with their interrelationships form the org structure, and each org unit is tagged to a cost center. So that's one thing, and you can tag the org unit according to you can create the org unit or the org structure by function, by geographical region, and also by business process. So, and then coming to HCM modules, you have org management, you have recruitment, you have person management, you have person development, you have training and development, training and event management, time management, you have rewards and appraisals, and compensation, and also payroll, and then you have personal cost planning modules. Coming to the SAP HCM modules, you have, as I've already shown, you have the org management, person administration, e-recruitment, time management, payroll, SMSs, and also reporting. Different modules in brief, you have the org management. This defines the process by which different people come to a common platform and achieve a predefined goal for the organization as such, and it is management of time and resources of the overall organization as such. So that is about the org management. And personal administration is the administration of the employees or human resources in an organization, and you do employee data maintenance using this module, and it is the you recording tool or the module wherein you record all the data, which supplies the data to other modules as well. So and then all the data is maintained via the SAP provided important transactions, and through authorizations and validity it is controlled. And you have the e-recruitment module, wherein it is a web-based recruiting process which assists professionals to do hiring and pick up the best suit for the positions, and it provides innovative ways to recruit for the organization. And through time management, it will assist to plan, record, and evaluate the employee time, and then also to record their absences, and also to do attendance management and calculation of wages, and provide an input to payroll for what they have to be paid for the particular period for the work they have done. And the payroll is the you have agreement between the employee, the company, through which you pay the salary using this module, and it takes input from the other modules like time and personal administration, and decides what to be paid, and then calculates what is to be paid and does the automatic payment. And then you come to the ESSMSS module. This helps the employees to track their data or maintain their own data using intranet of the company, and then they can request for leaves, update their address, bank details, and personal information on the intranet, and then that gets updated to SAP backend. And the managers can approve the leave requests, and they can generate reports about their reportees, and also raise compensation requests, salary adjustments, and things like that using manager self-service application. And that gets again after levels of approvals or whatever the organization has the process about gets updated in the SAP backend. And then reporting, finally, the reporting allows the HR team to deliver the up-to-date information of all its employees and track whatever is happening within the organization. And all these modules help an HR team to work efficiently and also to manage their employee profile and data within the organization. And then moving on, all the employee information in SAP HCM is stored using an info type. Info type is nothing but a logical grouping of data fields, and you have various info types actions info type. This is the first info type which comes when you do a hiring for an employee, and you have to select what is his position, what is his personal area, what will be his employee group, employee subgroup, and then proceed to info type 1, wherein you will again assimilate the employee, or integrate the employee who is newly joining to the company for personal sub area, personal area, and payroll area, employee group, employee subgroup, and also tag him to the various administrators provided in SAP, like person administrator, time administrator, and also the payroll administrator. Info type 2 enables to capture personal details of the employee, like birth date, SSN, first name, last name, and nationality, and then marital status, etc. Another important info type is info type 3, which is the part of employee record in SAP. So it controls various features related to payroll accounting, time evaluation, and you can control a lot of things out of this. So you can determine whether the payroll has to be run, like if an employee is getting separated, you can like tell or change this particular do not account after field and say that don't pay him after that period, and then you can lock the particular like employee record in case there is some issue, and you can like control like when the master data can be changed, or when till when it can be changed, and then till when you can previous periods to run the payroll, and you can control the earliest uh, like time evaluation when it can be run, and then like other things. Coming to other important info types, like you have address info type, you have bank details, you have basic, and then coming to personal actions, info types are grouped into info groups, and then they are linked to like personal action, and there could be various personal actions like hiring, like separation, like organizational reassignment, like leave of absence, return from leave, and separation, rehire, and things like that. Global assignment, concurrent employment, things like that.
Mahesh, I think it would be good to just to kind of walk them through just the basic, within the system.
Okay. So probably if you can log in and
Yeah, yeah. Keep going. I'll log in. Okay, hold on. Yeah, tell what is SPRO, why is it used,
yeah.
where doing the configuration, what is the transport, why do we come here,
Okay. Actually, SAP IMG is used to do the basic configurations and set up as per the business need. So we go to SAP IMG through a transaction called Pro, and then click on SAP reference IMG. Then we come into SAP IMG, and like you have the front end and the back end. This is the back end, and what you see in the easy access is the front end. So whatever you configure in back end in SAP IMG, you see it in the front end SAP easy access. So this is the place, like, or it's a parallel to SAP SuccessFactors provisioning system, whereas SAP easy access is parallel to SAP SuccessFactors instance. So that's about it, and then we can see like how we can create various structures, like the enterprise structure, the personal structure, and the org structure. So if we have to create a org like enterprise structure, we need to come into this particular node called enterprise structure, and then click on the definition node, and then go into financial accounting node, and then click on define company. Here you could take an existing company, copy it, and then change it as per your need. The company is created now. Now we need to create the company code. or copy the company code from SAP recommended SAP to our company, so that all the relevant tables which needs to be there for a company code is there. So that's why it's advisable to copy from SAP code. So I was talking about the transport. Transport is a mechanism wherein you move the changes from your, like, depending on the landscape you have in your organization. Typically, every organization will have a sandbox where you do the prototyping and then or a model kind of a thing, and then showcases to your client, and then your client and then do different workshops, and once you get a sign off on that, you go ahead and do the configuration in the development client, and then in development client, you do your unit testing and check everything is working as per the business requirement and the blueprints. And then after that, you move the changes to the quality system, wherein you do the integration testing, and then give the system to the client to do their user acceptance testing. And then once the client is happy and all the bugs are fixed, you go ahead and move the transports to production when it is a go live situation. And transport is an important mechanism wherein which is used in SAP to move the changes from one box to another, and it is used in every place where we have an SAP installed or being used. So this is done. And you create your personal area. Give some address. You need to maintain the mandatory things. If you don't want to enter other details, but you need to enter all the mandatory things for sure. The personal area is created. Then you create the personal sub area. So for creating the personal sub area, you need to link it to the personal area which you just created. Just it will take only 4 characters, so I need to give just the 4 characters for this. I can create any number of personal area sub areas under the personal sub area. Just creating one. And then create your employee group. Then you create your employee subgroup. Now you have to assign your personal area to company code and also assign personal uh, uh, employee group to employee subgroup. Because personal area and personal sub area is already linked. So you link personal area to the company code and employee group to employee subgroup.
Like these are the different areas within the HR, right?
Yeah, yeah. They are, we're talking about the structures in SAP. Like,
Yeah,
in SAP.
the organization structure.
Yeah, the enterprise structure as of now. And then we're talking about the personal structure and then the org structure also, yes. Yeah. So it's already highlighting our the company which we created. We need to select the company code. No, our company is not showing up here. Company code is not showing up here. I'll try to create once again. It's not allowing me to. There's some issue somewhere.
What are you doing here, Mahesh? You're creating a company code?
Yeah, I created the company code. I'm trying to link that to our personal area. 1 minute.
Yeah, right there. Yep. It says company code. Yeah, put 1000. One thousand. 1000. 1000.
But a lot of company codes with 1000. Oh, I mean, okay.
Yeah,
So this is
1000
being
pretty
tied up.
default company code within within this training center.
Okay.
The company code 1000 is a very generic company code. We always use that for all the training. So that's why everybody uses that. So that's why you see a lot of them.
Actually, yeah, there's a lot of financial setup needs to be done for this company code thing. So there'll be a lot of issues with the setup of this. So we need to do it properly. And then as this is sandbox, people will be trying too many things here. So nothing will be perfect.
So you created a
It's
personal,
not the
you're
case in
assigning
the
that to your company code, basically. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And all these organization structures, we have to replicate them back to success factors, right, Mahesh?
Yeah, we need to like through the upload program or import program, we need to like map the fields and then upload it to success factors. So we linked the employee group to employee subgroup and also the country. This is about the personal structure. If you have to create the org structure, you can do it through the easy maintenance, easy access. But there are transaction codes I can use, but I'm just going in detail in the sense showing how it is done through the drop down here. Go to the organization plan, organization staffing, and you can create the org structure using this particular dimension. See PPOC.
So this is how your company organization structure is going to look like.
Yeah. So you create a new org unit, then you give some name. And then if you have to create like under that sub org units or like positions, you can do that. Like if you click on this paper icon, it will show what you need to create, what you want to create. Either you want to create a org unit or a position. So I choose org unit. So you can name again something.
So your company is going to provide this organization unit, right? Wherever you're working.
Yeah. So they will have their own structure, which we need to discuss with them and finalize the org structure.
Yeah.
Like that, you can have many org units, and then the interrelationship between them forms the org structure, and then you can create the position under them as well. So you can assign a job also, like you can like choose an existing job or create a new job also. So this vacant position initiates everything in SAP HR actually. You can see here it says vacancy open, there's nobody occupied, so you take this position ID and then you do the hiring in person administration and then you assign an employee to this and then click on save.
Yeah, this is a very manually intensive process then.
Yeah, really. You have to create everything manually first and then it has to be done that only in the sense manually.
We have Sheila joined. Can you hear us, Sheila?
So there are different.
Sheila, can you hear us?
Did you mean Shruti?
Okay, this is Sheila. Sheila, can you hear us? Okay.
And then you can see you can make the person as the head of the org unit. If you click this icon, so this person will become the chief of this org unit and everything under that org unit will be reporting to him.
So any changes, any promotions, any reorg, so somebody has to come in and manually change all these things?
Yeah, actually it has to be manually changed. Means like you can do the actions and then it will like automatically be done in the backend here. You do org change, org reassignment, promotion, transfer, demotion, whatever, it will come and update here.
Okay, so you don't have to come here and
No.
Ash, you have any questions? You've been quiet. Jashwant? Jashwant?
Yeah, Hari.
Yeah, you've been quiet.
So I was just watching how everything goes off. So I was just checking how a new organization chart is created, and I have only one question. So if the process which first started with is creating a new organization in the SAP HCM. So is this going to be the process, or will all the organizations have an existing chart like this, and we have to work on this, work on the modules on this?
Yeah, if it is a brand new implementation, then you have to create everything from scratch. Yeah,
Okay.
Otherwise everything will be there. You need to just see and then work accordingly actually.
Okay, great. Okay, so first, what you taught us. So to create a new, there is a company's ID, and use it in IMG and so.
Yeah, let's grab the steps, okay? This is what I understand, okay? Hold on. First step is again, log
Master schedule.
Log into your SPRO, okay? Configuration. Step 2 is create company code. Step 3 is create what is it called?
Personal area.
Personal area, okay. Assign
Personal sub area. Yeah. Personal sub area.
company code, and then create personal sub area, right?
Yeah. Actually, it is assign personal area to company code will come before, no, after creating sub area.
Okay. Okay. Create person sub area, and then what?
And then assign personal area to company code, and then assign. Then you create before assigning personal area to company code, you create employee group and then employee subgroup also.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And then you assign personal area to company code, and then you assign employee group to employee subgroup.
Okay.
And then you come to easy access. You can create the org structure using various transaction codes.
What is the transaction code for org structure? It's PP
PPO,
C.
PPOCE.
So that is where we are right now, okay? And then create
root org unit. That's the main org unit.
Oh, yeah. Create CEO, VP, director, manager, employee.
Yeah, before that, we need to create different departments or like sub-org units, and then you assign the positions to the org unit.
So so right here, create sub-organization units, okay?
Sub-org units.
Okay.
And then under that, you create positions and you tag jobs to positions, and you like make them assign to the company code, personal area, personal sub area, all that, and then you're done. Like you get the position ID, and then that position ID is used for hiring a person.
Okay. Sheila is here. Sheila, do you follow? Are you following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, so create company code, create personal area, create personal sub area, create employee group, employee subgroup, assign person area to company code, create assign employee group, employee subgroup, create org structure, create subunits, create, and then assign employees to subunits.
Like you created the positions, and then you hire the employees to the position in person administration PA40 action.
Okay. PA40, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there were several questions. One is the data that is created in HR will be interfaced to success factors. SAP has developed an automatic
add-on SAP 3.0 or SAP add-on 3.0.
success factor. So what are some of the basic T codes within HR?
Yeah, PA20, it's the PA20, that's the display of employee data or employee record, display of employee record. Then PA30 is editing the employee record. Then PA40
Action.
personal actions. Employee data maintenance. And then I have all those listed in my presentation, like as per module wise.
Okay. No, that's fine. Let's go. Let's do just we have almost 2 hours now. Let's go back to the presentation and let's summarize it. Go back to the presentation now.
Yeah.
How do I make this?
So you're able to see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So you're talking about those transaction codes, right? Yeah. So we have this all the transaction codes here. Sorry?
Make it full screen.
Okay. Yeah. So important transactions for employee data maintenance, that PA10, PA20, 30, 40, then PA41, 42, all that is important. Then org management, all these transaction codes. Then in time management we use different.
PPOCE, right? It looks different here. PPOCE.
Yeah, I missed, I think.
PPOME, I think PPOSE. Okay.
So these are the transaction codes for time management, and this is for payroll.
And the time management is an employee self-service, right? Basically, employees enter their own time.
If they have CATs or Kronos or any other like third-party listing, it will be interfaced. If it is SAP, then they will have CATs, and then they will enter in their own cross-application timesheets. So it's like that. Like it depends what.
For full-time employees, time. I mean, it's optional, right? If you're working full-time, you don't need to enter time.
Yeah. Like you will have somewhere like you need to like you will have a work schedule which is stored in info type 7. So it will automatically like take the time from that info type. And if the manager wants to check, he can check the clock in, clock out, time in, time out, or swipe records for the employee. If they don't have any data recording system in their organization, actually.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, for large organizations, I don't think anybody's recording time actually.
Yeah, so what they generally do is they have the work schedule, which is 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, 9 to 5 or whatever. So they assume that employee comes and goes at that particular time, and then if in case he's not at work, he will submit a leave request.
Exactly, only exceptions, exactly.
Yeah, so those leave requests will come to the manager for approval. And the manager will know, okay, this employee is not there at work or is planning to take a vacation sometime down the line, and we will not take him. And then that is deducted from his pay or his quota. If his quota is exhausted, then it will be loss of pay and then deducted in the payroll.
Yeah.
If not, a quota, whatever is allocated off for the year is deducted, and then he can use the remaining quota and then avail his leaves.
Yeah.
And then there are different quotas.
It's assumed that you work 8 to 5, you work 40 hours unless you put a time off.
Yeah, so there is that if it's a factory setting, then it is positive time management. That means the time in, time out, like breaks, everything is counted. Whereas in big organizations like corporate culture, you have only deviations, that is the negative time evaluation or time setting. Yeah. Wherein time recording, you only record the deviations to the actual time. So whatever is agreed time, if you are not clocking, means you are taking leave, only those things are recorded. Yeah. Only deviations from the normal work schedule is recorded and is evaluated and sent to payroll for like evaluation and payments.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
So this is about the payroll transactions.
So payroll is run once every bi-weekly, right? Whatever schedule, doesn't matter.
It depends on the agreement between the employees and the organization, and or the organization will decide like we will only do monthly, we will only do bi-weekly, or we only do weekly. It depends again, and then they group the employees. Okay, this set of employees we will pay them weekly. This set of employees will pay them monthly. So it again depends. Like so, and then you group all those employees into one particular personal sub area and payroll area, and run payroll only for that particular payroll area at that particular point in time. So and then do the payments automatically to their bank accounts. And that there is an entire process, and then do the posting of the monies to the finance, and as it is tightly integrated with finance, all the costing, all the expenses go to the ledger and balance sheet and other accounts in SAP FI.
Okay. Yeah, for everybody, I have extensive notes on HCM. Extensive means very detailed, screen by screen, including assignments, like full-fledged, like you can take almost 60 days to learn it. So you don't have to, I'll post it online. You can refer
Yeah.
it. You don't have to read through every single thing. So
Yeah, that's a great like help. That would help a lot. So in case we are getting into like success factors and you don't know anything on SAP HCM, if you can go through that, follow through that document, it would help a lot, and you'll be very comfortable in a hybrid implementation. So like you should go through that if you don't know SAP HCM.
okay, so do you want to take some time and actually go through this payroll insert system? You don't have to run the payroll, just shows the transactions.
Okay.
I'll make you a present. No, actually, you can use my screen. Okay, I'll give you controls.
Okay. I don't think we can run payroll in IDS system because it will not be set up correctly.
No, yeah, it just shows us transactions. You don't need to run it.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
Go ahead. Just shows where where it is, how to run it. Just you don't have to run it. Yeah.
yeah. So like payroll is like international driver, and as per the country requirement, like you can configure the schema and then make it like as per the country legislations and rules and like agreements with the employees. You can like structure the schema and make it run as per the requirement. And each country has its own payroll driver, and even US has its own payroll driver. So you need to go here and then, so these are the steps for executing payroll. So first you do a simulation run wherein you run for all the employees in simulation run to check if there is any error or any issues or anything which is like blocking from running the payroll, and then you fix up all those errors and then come back and run once again the simulation just to make sure everything is fine, and then do a live run like you release the payroll and then you start payroll, then you check the results in case there is any discrepancy, and then you release for correction in case there is something to be changed, or release it for when you lock the payroll, means when you release the payroll, the master data get locked and nobody will be able to do any changes to the master data. Even the employees on the self-service will not be able to do anything. So once you release for correction, everything is released, and people can do the master data corrections or entry or whatever the SAP backend. And once you exit, that means the payroll processing or running is completed, and then you could generate the pay slip as well, and you need to post the documents to to HR to finance, and you can do the bank transfer also, like creating pre-DME, DME, and you can print checks and all that process. And you can do off-cycle payments as well. So somebody is getting a bonus, like a spot bonus or something. You can go to this transaction and give a spot bonus or interim payments or something like that for the employees. So you use this particular transaction to do that. And you have a lot of subsequent activities like as I told, the payroll posting, and then if you have some a report to run, you can do that. You can check like various payments being done to the employees, and you can see like if there was any overpayments, if there are any recoveries to be done and all that. And in posting you have some steps, like you need to first do a simulation, like then you do the live run, and then you release the documents, and then it gets posted to FI, and that completes the posting process. And if you have any third-party remittances, that you can do here, and it will be automatically done. And you have some reports also, like you can like run reports and check things, like you can see pay results, you can like check the payroll calendar and things like that. And this is another important thing, payroll control record. I'm just choosing something random. So this is one thing which controls the payroll run and also the master data correction and import and everything. So if you release for payroll, then you cannot edit anything in the master data. And if you release for correction, yes, then you can do any master data correction. And then you exit payroll, then the process is complete. And you can check the payroll results. In case some error is there, it will be listed here. You can see there are some incorrect partners, and you get a dump of them, and you can correct the errors and then rerun the payroll once again. And this is the period which shows that payroll is being run for this particular period in this year, and what is the run frequency like? Is it the first one, or what run you are doing? And in simulation, you can run up to 99 times simulation. And this earliest retroactive accounting is till when you are allowed to go back in the past and do the change to the master data. And this will show who has done this change, when and what time, and it will show if it is created, edited, or deleted, or whatever status. So this is very important piece which controls the payroll run and also updation of master data in the backend. So that's about payroll.
Okay, you can go back to your presentation.
Okay, yeah, so these are the three transactions. So anybody has any questions, I can take them now.
So
Hi, this is Sheila.
yes,
Hi.
So just wanted to check, do we need to like know these codes by heart?
if you're a HCM consultant, yes.
Okay, but for success factors, you're just like knowing things, right? You don't really have to like dig through the entire thing.
Exactly.
I would say so, yeah.
Just know. And then
Okay.
you can always come back to SAP Easy Access and get whatever you want. You just have to navigate through that notes, and then you will get as per the modules whatever is there. Or simply Google, you will get all the transaction list for the SAP HCM as per the modules. and there is no hard and fast rule that you need to know everything. Yes, if you're an SAP HCM consultant, you're expected to know the shortcuts and the transaction codes and everything, the business process and everything, but not when you're a SF consultant.
For those of you who are very new to SAP, SAP is a thick client. You need to install something called SAP GUI. I will send you a link how to install the SAP GUI. The SAP GUI looks like this. You will have a user ID, like for example, it's gonna look like this. Basically, you have to create a connection. So I'll go ahead and edit the connection. You can kind of write this down. Actually, it will be same for everybody now. Mahesh, you can write this down. It's ecc71.sapaccess.com. Instance number is 00 and system ID will be E71. And then I'll show you my user ID. It's just going to be right here. You can write this as well. That's the user ID, E718000074, and I'll share the password later. Okay. So that's the user ID, E718000074. And then if you go to my GUI, and this is going to be my thing. I'll put this in email also. E77. So first you have to download the GUI, and I'll send you the link. Once you download the GUI, you have to go click on new here, and then put in description, put in this application server, put in this instance number, put in this system ID, and then you have to double click on it. Maybe I'll do that right now. Okay, I'm just going to exit. So okay, I'm gonna double click on it. It's gonna give me a login ID. Your client is always going to be 18. So that's my ID. And I'll share the password with you. Once you enter the password, you're in the SAP GUI. This is a thick client. That's why it's kind of going away, because you need a thick GUI client. It's kind of slow. So everybody's moving to this web-based, cloud-based SuccessFactors, right? So SuccessFactors is a browser-based. It's somewhere sitting on the cloud. This is going to be inside your firewall. The software is installed and the GUI is installed. It's like an old way of connecting things. And once you go there, you can go into HR, and this is where all your things are. We talked about the the personal management. We talked about the personal administration part, the PA10, PA20, PA30, the personal actions. We talked about that. Recruitment, actually nobody uses that, I think, within SAP, so don't worry about the recruitment section. The main thing is this one here is the payroll. So we just looked at it, payroll. Go to Americas, USA. It's country based, obviously, because it's legal. It's highly regulatory, based on the country rules and regulations. So we just looked at the the payroll. How do you simulate the payroll? How do you release the payroll? How do you start the payroll? How do you make the corrections? How do you exit the payroll? And how do you send the information to your bank? So, and then time management. There's a positive time management, and there's a, what's it called? Positive, negative, or active?
Yeah, positive. If it is shift planning, then it is positive.
Positive. So for auto mechanics, for example, they punch in, punch out. For most people, administrative people, they don't punch in, punch out. CEO is not going to punch in, punch out, unless we assume that he works 40 hours. If he's on vacation, then he will be deducted. Otherwise, he will get paid for most part. So we talked about all those things. I think we talked about. No, we talked about. Okay. Okay. What else? Anything else? We talked about organizational management, right?
Yeah, organizational management.
We talked about organizational management. We talked about the PPO, CE. How do you create, the CEO, director, VP, and all those things, right down below. Okay.
You have, what we checked was the detailed maintenance. You also have a simple maintenance. You also have matrix. You also have standalone as well. So you can create org units or org structure using different means or ways.
Okay, so go to, obviously it's a great site for you, help. You know, we would like you to do a lot of reading. Okay, so for every 1 hour of lecture, you should read, you know, at least 2 hours, at least on your own. So go to help.sap.com, just type in, you know, SAP HR, and you should see a lot of documentation, a lot of material online as well. And I will upload a full-fledged training material. So you're not required to read everything, every single page, because it's huge, humongous, maybe 2,000 pages, 3,000 pages. You're not required to read everything, but you know, just read as much as you can. You only need to know a little bit about SAP payroll, maybe 10%, 20%. So do your best this week and next week. Do a lot of reading. You know, get familiarized with it, you know, with everything. Maybe next class we will go through that presentation I was talking about, the HR material I was talking about. Maybe we'll have, you know, Mahesh and myself will go through that material a little bit in the next class. So this class and next class, let's make it 3 hours, 2 to 5 next Saturday, and we'll go through that presentation material next Saturday, and that would be it. And we expect you to do a lot of reading on your own. The assignments would be write in your own words, and everybody has to submit it in your own words, you know, all the modules within HR. So in your own words, what did you understand about time? What did you understand about personal management? What did you understand about organization management? You know, what is your take on the front end versus the, you know, the back end, you know, the configuration side? You know, what did you understand about the thick client versus the you know, the thin client? And what do you understand in-house on-premise versus you know, cloud? Okay,
Transports.
Thick client versus thin client. Thin client is browser, obviously, right? On-premise means, you know, installed server. I have, you know, my company installs a server versus cloud, you know, versus install somewhere else. Success factor server. On-premise is my company server. The client is basically GUI. So the advantage, right? What is advantage and what is disadvantage? Write those things down. So pretty easy. I mean, it's not rocket science. We all know what they are. Just put it in your own words. Just try to understand the basic HR. That's the goal. Basic HR. So spend as much as time. And I would, next week, if you are serious, I want to take a 1-page write-up and all these things. What did you learn so far? Otherwise, it's going to be, you know, information is going to go to the left ear and it's going to go to the right ear. We don't work hard.
Hari, I have one question.
Yes.
Mention about those things which we discussed, like organization structure, payroll, time management, and other things in the write-up.
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat?
And on the yeah, you said we also discussed about organizational structure, payroll, and time management, and all those things, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so in organization structures, in one of the screen, it was like when you create a role or create an employee, there's another tab which says valid from or to, valid till.
Yeah.
What is that valid till? What does that mean? Like you have a time span for an employee that's hired?
HR, every record is dated. Means an employee is only valid for, you know, like a year or 2 years, right? So So well,
Oh, is it? Tell me.
Yeah, everything in HR is having a date, and without date, like validity is required for anything related to employee or like anything for that matter, employee record, and like that is for reporting, that is for regulatory, that is for approvals, and like there are a lot of things which are time dependent. So because of that, we need to maintain the dates in SAP HR, and no other module there is that time dependency, but HR has the time dependency very much. The date and the time dependency very much.
Okay. What does MSS stand for?
Manager self-service, and ESS is employee self-service.
Employee self-service, yeah. And is it personnel management or personal management?
Personnel management, personal administration. Personal management is the broad category under which many modules like personal administration, personal development, and all those things come. It should be personnel. You put it as personnel.
I think it should be personnel, right? Because it's like for that personnel, whoever is working, is it, or is it personal? Because yeah, this is, yeah.
No. Yeah, this is right.
okay, so next week I'm expecting, one page. What did you learn so far? Even write about success factors also. And then I'll see you at 2 p.m. CST. We'll go for 3 hours next class. Okay, so weekly we will meet for 3 hours. I know it's kind of slow. We should at least, if we're making once a week, we should at least meet 5 hours. But we'll see. Okay, we'll try to ramp up. So next week we'll start at 3.
So are we meeting? Are we meeting every Saturday from now on, or?
Yeah, every Saturday at 2 p.m.
Or it's only next Saturday? It's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's from now on. It's every Saturday.
Yep.
Okay.
Hari, this is Shruti. Whatever you've typed so far, can you also upload that?
Yeah, I'll email it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any questions? Everything you guys going well? Anything we can improve?
The session has been very informative, Hari,
good.
and I don't think there is a need of any improvement. We can go at this pace, at least for us.
Okay. I will upload the video. I'll send you the notes, and I'll send you the full-fledged material. Mahesh, I mean, you can review that material as well ahead of time. It should be pretty straightforward, very detailed. I mean, shouldn't take much preparation, so we can just run through that.
Okay.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Mahesh.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mahesh, and thank you, Hari.
Yeah, thank you, sir.